Fame 2 Lies recommends that viewer discretion is strongly advised. This video is for entertainment and informational purposes only. What you're about to hear is not fiction, not speculation, and not dramatized. These are the raw, unfiltered courtroom testimonies, including those of Capricorn Clark, delivered under oath during the ongoing federal trial of Sean Diddy Combs on May 27, 2025. While select language has been edited to comply with YouTube's content policies, the substance and integrity of the statements remain intact. Narrated directly from verified courtroom coverage by Inner City Press on X.com, this is your opportunity to hear the day's most powerful testimony, just as it was presented in court. All individuals mentioned are presumed innocent until proven guilty in a court of law. Watch with caution, watch with awareness. Before we play the courtroom audio, here's what you need to know. Capricorn Clark was once one of the most trusted people in Sean Diddy Combs' inner circle. She began as his personal assistant in 2004 and eventually rose to become the global brand director for Bad Boy Entertainment. Later, she also served as creative director for Cassie Ventura, Diddy's former partner. For years, Clark worked at the center of Combs' personal and professional world. Today, she's a key witness in his federal trial, where the charges include serious allegations related to abuse of power and criminal misconduct. In her testimony, Clark described an environment she says was marked by extreme pressure, fear, and manipulation. She shared her experiences working long, stressful hours and recalled moments that deeply affected her well-being. She also described situations where she says she was intimidated and witnessed troubling behavior involving others in Combs' circle. Please note, all individuals are presumed innocent until proven guilty in a court of law. Now here's what Capricorn Clark shared with the court.
Now, as to Mr. Miscuti's testimony, which seemed like an opinion, how is it admissible given the requirements of Rule 701?
We'd like to look at the cases submitted by the defendant, then put in a letter.
Okay, bring in the jury.
The jury entered and the questioning began.
Welcome back. Call your next witness.
The government calls Capricorn Clark. Where did you grow up?
Born in San Francisco, moved to LA, worked for Def Jam, then Death Row Records, a late 90s gangster rap label.
What was your relation to Suge Knight?
He is the father of my friend's child.
Then you worked for Sean Combs?
Yes. He is over there in a blue sweater. I worked for him from 2004 to 2012.
Were you kidnapped?
Yes.
When did you first meet Mr. Combs?
When I moved to NYC in 2002. We were super platonic friends. A headhunter said I should work for him as a personal assistant. I did, until 2006.
Your duties?
Shadow him from wake up.
Then what?
Head of women's for Sean Jean.
How long?
A year. Then global brand director for Sean Combs. Name and likeness, due diligence, to grow the brand. Then I was terminated until 2016 for Cassandra Ventura.
Did you work in this building? Photo of Bad Boy Records office.
Yes, we moved there in 2005.
Your first day, where did Mr. Combs take you?
Central Park, after dark, along with Uncle Paulie. He looked like a linebacker.
Does this photo look like him?
No, he doesn't have on the blackout shades he wore all the time.
What did Mr. Combs tell you in the park?
That since I'd worked for Suge Knight, if anything happened, he might have to.
Objection.
Overruled. Proceed.
How did you take it?
Seriously, it had gravitas.
How did you react?
I said, I didn't have anything to do with that stuff.
Objection.
Sustained. Ms. Steiner.
What was Paulie's role?
All aspect of Mr. Combs' movements, to keep him safe. There were also D-Rock, Roger Bonds, and Ruben.
Who's D-Rock?
A good friend of Biggie Smalls. Running back type body.
Did you ever observe Mr. Combs with a gun?
Yes, in my home.
And did he talk about it?
Mr. Combs told Chris Lighty he had a G. He had a problem with 50 Cent.
Were you ever accused of stealing?
Yes. Jewelry. It had been given to me. It was on loan.
It went missing?
Yes.
What did you do?
From Teterboro, I called 1440 and told them to lock it down.
What did Uncle Paulie do?
He questioned me 3 hours.
You went home?
To Queens, yes, with Uncle Paulie. He searched my house.
Where did Uncle Paulie take you?
1710 Broadway. It was dilapidated. It was being fixed up. But I didn't know that. Uncle Paulie took me to the 6th floor. The door was locked behind us. There was a 6-foot folding table, me, and a heavy-set man.
Can you describe him?
5 of me, 2 linebackers. He was chain-smoking.
Did Uncle Paulie stay?
Number intermittently, he came back.
What did the heavy-set man say?
I was there to take a lie detector test.
What did he say would happen if you failed the lie detector test?
That they would throw me in the East River.
Objection. Can we have a sidebar?
Sidebar was given and the questioning continued.
Mrs. Steiner, you may proceed.
What was his demeanor?
Very serious. I was terrified.
Did you want to be taking the test?
Number, I was afraid.
How was the test?
Wires on you and they question you. Did I steal?
Did he tell you the results?
He said to calm down, that he couldn't get a good reading, and he might have to throw me in the East River.
Anyone else in the building?
Not to my knowledge.
Could you leave?
Paul said no,
What did Paul say at the end?
that he'd come back the next day to figure this out. We started again, another lie detector test in the same location. All day.
Were you free to leave?
No.
How long did this go on?
5 days.
Did you tell anyone where you were?
No. I was just trying to survive it. I worked under an NDA.
Objection.
Jury should disregard the last answer. What
What would you have been doing?
Shadowing Mr. Combs. What
Happened after 5 days.
that I could return to work, that Mr. Combs would see me the next week.
Did Mr. Combs ever discuss it with you?
No.
Why did you continue to work with Mr. Combs?
If I left, they'd think I stole.
What were your days like?
From his townhouse at 74th Street and Park in the morning to Daddy's house studio at night.
How much sleep did you get?
On a good day, 4 hours. On a bad day, 2. I got a stress condition. I was paid $55,000.
Did you get paid overtime?
Number, I spoke to the head of HR. She said I was owed $80,000.
How did Mr. Combs respond?
He ripped up the paper.
Would Mr. Combs stay at hotels?
Yes.
With whom?
Kim Porter. Once a week.
What names would he book the room under?
Frank Black, Frank White,
And the girlfriends?
Jackie Starr.
Where did he stay?
Intercontinental Buckhead in Atlanta. Beverly Hills Hotel in LA.
What were in his bags?
A camera, small bottles of baby oil and lube. Cameras. Every time.
What would you be doing?
Watching TV, ordering room service, keeping up on sleep. Afterward, I'd sweep the room for anything left behind.
Any damage?
Baby oil. How
Frequently would Mr. Combs stay in a hotel with Cassandra Ventura in 2008?
like once a week. At L'Hermitage, the London, Intercontinental. For several days, the IV drips.
Did he speak to you about his relationship with Ms. Ventura?
Yes, Ms. London was there, Chef Jourdan in the other room. He called Cassie over, asked her to walk there, hand me that, go back in the other room. She did it.
What did he say?
You just won't do that, that's why you don't have a man.
What did you say?
Your mother right.
Did you observe Mr. Combs obtain drugs?
A girlfriend in New York? In Los Angeles. From one stop. Mel X delivered to Puff or to me.
Did he ask you to get drugs for him?
Yes.
And in the south of France?
He asked me to get, I said, for who?
Why?
I wasn't going to do it, given how my mother died.
Objection. Sidebar.
Sidebar was given and they continued questioning.
Who did Mr. Combs say the drugs were for?
He said, not me.
Did you get them?
Yes, through the Spanish security guard. He also got prescription drugs in my name. They were in the toiletry bag I'd carry, or security.
What about bulk cash?
Yes, 100,000 euros, coming back from Europe.
Where'd he get it?
Club bookings in Europe. He'd keep it, then give it to security. Then into his bedroom personal safe.
Violence?
Fighting.
Was Mr. Combs violent with you?
Yes. At Star Island. He told me, you are not to leave this house. Pharrell Williams was brought in by boat. I returned Mr. Walker to Palm Island. He called and said, where the are you? You can't have a life. One time I asked the chef if there was turkey bacon. She said, no fucking turkey bacon. I said, I hate it here. The chef told Mr. Combs, and he pushed me again and again.
What did he say?
He said, if you hate it here, get the fuck out of here.
Did you leave your employment?
I did.
But you returned?
As global brand director.
Why?
He was impressed by what I did in the job I'd left for, a couple of albums. He said, you wouldn't have to work directly for me.
What were you doing for Ms. Ventura?
Managing her image, maximizing the optics for her, for Sean Combs. He had final approval on everything.
In LA, where did you live?
A gated community. We had followed Kim Porter there,
Where was Ms. Ventura?
in New York City on West End. She would come to LA and stay with him, or with me, or in a hotel.
Who else was Ms. Ventura seeing?
Scott Mascuti, where I got
Cootie.
dressed.
How'd you
Who
learn
joined
that?
She brought him to my
Ruben.
apartment. In the
What
black
did she say?
Escalade executive
She
class.
texted
me they were going to this
Where was
public
Ruben?
place in LA.
Driver's seat.
I
got
told
in
her
the
it was a
back
bad
seat,
idea.
right-hand side.
And to delete the text. Mr. Combs was in the left,
Why?
next to me. If Mr. Combs learned
Usually
about
he
Mr.
would have sat in the
Mascuti,
front.
I mean,
GN
Mr.
was in
Combs
his
paid
lap.
for my phone.
How long
and
does
hers.
it take to drive from your home
I
at
took
the time
Cassie to Best Buy
Cootie's
to get a
house in the
burner
Hollywood
phone.
Hills?
If you push
When
it,
did Mr.
15 to
Combs
20
return
minutes.
town? What
Not
did
long
Mr.
after.
Combs and Rube do at
He
Cootie's
took Cassie
house?
to a hotel. They went in. Cipriani and
Then could you see in?
December 22nd,
Yes. What did you do?
2011. I called
Between
Cassie on her
5:30
burner and 6 a.m. I said, Cassie, where the
There
fuck?
was
banging at my door. I told her Puff was
What
at
did you
Cootie's
see through
house.
the peephole?
Then I changed her
A
number in my
furious
phone
Puff.
to my best friend
Objection.
Stormy.
Ask another
What did you
question,
hear on the
Mrs.
phone?
Steiner.
That Scott was at
What
Cassie's,
was his movement? When Mr.
pacing with
Combs
something
came
in
back?
his hand. He took
Did
my
you
phone
open
and
the
called the
door?
last number. I did. Then I saw Cutie
What was he
driving up.
wearing?
Mr.
Button-down
Combs saw my
sweater,
face
torn
and
pants.
said, "There's
And
that
he was
N right
holding a
there."
GN.
He
We
came
drove
into my
off and saw
apartment
the
and
police
said,
driving the
"Why
other
didn't
way
you tell me?" Toward Cooties, who is Scott. Puff was pulling
I
himself
said,
together.
"I don't
know any Scott." We stopped at the key club
What did
and he
he
told me to
say?
call Cassie. We're going to go call this
What did he
N.
tell you to tell Cassie? Where was
That he had
in
me
his hand?
and wouldn't let me
Go.
I said
How
I
did
didn't
Ms.
want to
Ventura
go.
respond?
She said,
"I
"Okay,
don't give a
come
f-
get
what
me."
you want.
Get
She was
dressed.
calm. Who drove
What
you home?
concerns
did you have?
Ruben. He'd never
What
come
did
to my
Mr.
house.
Combs then tell you? Did you try
To
to
convince
escape?
Cutie not to say that it had been him at his house, I picked up Cassie.
Where did you go?
We went to Cutie's and tried to convince him not to file a police report.
What did you tell them?
That Puff came to my house with a,
What did you tell them he said?
"If you tell on him, he'll hurt us all."
What was Mr. Mascuti's reaction?
Mind blown.
Objection.
Judge, sustained. Jury will disregard.
What happened at the house?
He was kicking Cassie again and again,
How was Cassie?
in the fetal position. Mr. Combs kicked her all the way to the street. She was crying silently.
Where was he kicking her?
Her backside.
Her voice cracked.
Where were you?
5 feet away. So was Rube.
What did Mr. Combs say to you?
He said, "If you jump in, I'm gonna fuck you up too."
What did Rube do?
Nothing.
Who did you call?
D-Rock, I told him. "Tell your brother to stop, Puff." He got out of her. I called Polly too. I said he'd take care of it, but Rube did nothing.
What next?
Mr. Combs told me to get the f out too. I left on foot
Could you still see her getting kicked?
until I went around the bend.
Then who did you call?
Regina Ventura. I told her, he's kicking the out of your daughter. I can't call the police, but you can.
Why didn't you call the police?
The mission of the day was to... She wrote that he would be releasing sex tapes about me, and he would have someone else hurt me and Scott Mescudi.
Do you recall if you responded to this?
I don't.
Did law enforcement call you?
The arson investigators. Cootie had given them my name. I hung up on them. I just wanted this over.
What did Mr. Combs say to you?
He said I should cut her face.
How many times did Mr. Combs threaten you?
I'd say 50 times. D-Rock was there, just doubling down on whatever Puff was saying in the moment.
Who is Harv Pierre?
The president of Bad Boy Records. I told him Puff had kidnapped me.
What did Harv Pierre tell you?
He said, "That's crazy, but it's going to be okay." I got a termination notice. I was accused of not properly putting in for the vacation I was on.
Had you put in?
Yes, to Harv Pierre.
Did you lose benefits?
All of them. Health, 401k, my house and car.
What did Mr. Combs say?
That I would never work again. That he would make me call myself.
Did you get a job offer?
I did, but it fell through. I couldn't get a job.
Did you settle with Mr. Combs?
In October 2012, for...
Objection. Can I approach?
Sidebar was given, the lawyers approached, they're back.
Aside from that settlement agreement, do you have any other pending litigation against Mr. Combs?
No.
Did you go back to work for him?
2016, no one else would hire me. Cassie had a new record deal with Epic.
Who did you have to get approvals from?
Sean Combs. Cassie was taking more drugs.
Was she still dating Mr. Combs?
Yes.
In December 2023, why did you retain an attorney?
I was traumatized by Cassie's civil complaint. Her complaint did not reference me. I reached out to Mr. Combs and said, "I want my life back. You kidnapped me."
Objection.
Overruled.
Was there a discussion of you working for Mr. Combs again?
Yes, as chief of staff.
When did you last speak with Ms. Ventura?
2018.
And Mr. Mescudi?
2012.
No further questions.
The judge announced that there would be a break.
Can I start?
Well, we're taking a break.
The break ended and they continued.
Ms. Clark, you are still under oath.
We met in April 2024. You had a lawyer, Brian Friedman?
Yes.
You wanted to come back and work with Mr. Combs, right?
We discussed it, yes.
You saw Ms. Garagos taking notes?
Yes.
You said you didn't think Cassie was good for Mr. Combs. Why?
I just thought they were toxic.
Tell me about when you were in New York.
I was in the Bronx. I hated it. It was 2002. I met Jeanette, then Mr. Combs. In 2001 was the World Trade Center thing. Then I met Mr. Combs.
He wasn't doing Dr. G's, right?
He did see in Daddy House.
But it got worse?
Yes.
You authorized Mr. Freeman to seek a job for you?
It was all very procedural, lawyer to lawyer.
But you were told you couldn't be given a job in the middle of the investigation?
I don't remember that.
Read this and let me know when you're done. Do you remember saying you had the biggest crush on him?
Objection 403.
Mr. Agnifilo?
State of mind.
It's being offered for the truth.
We had a stip on this.
Sidebar was given, then they returned.
You called him Chalk for chocolate.
I did.
You started with Def Jam, Run DMC.
I don't go back that far. I'm more Foxy Brown, Redline, Jay-Z.
So how did you come to work for Mr. Combs?
I put my resume on Monster after the World Trade Center thing. He said, "You'd work for me?" I was like, maybe. He was acting on Broadway in Raisin in the Sun. I was impressed.
He had a major part?
He was a star. Then I shadowed him on the Vote or Die campaign. My job was to get the t-shirts on the celebrities and into the photo shoots. I'd call them and say Puff wanted them to come.
And they came?
They did.
How long before the jewelry missing thing?
It was about 4 months. On the 4th of July, he threw a white party at his home on the Hamptons that year, with Vote Or
Die, when did the jewels missing happen?
after July 4th, the jewels were still on loan from Jacob the jeweler.
Who else got lie detector?
Mike B., his stylist. He too had gone to street level of 1440 for manicures. The lie detector test was the next day.
You never told HR?
No, I got fired for 3 weeks.
How did you get unfired?
I went to work on his 35th birthday at Cipriani to do the celebrity list. I came back,
2004 to 2006.
not all.
As personal assistant?
Then, liaison, I was making $65,000 for Combs, then $90 at Jive.
Why'd you come back to Combs?
I had gotten top records for R. Kelly. Mr. Combs said he was impressed, asked me to come back for Sean Jean for women. I think I was a really good employee for him.
He told you were awesome?
He did not use that word.
You worked hard for him?
I did.
Others worked hard too, right?
Not as hard as me. I did learn a lot from Mr. Combs, almost crying. He broke that glass ceiling for us black people in the business world.
Do you need a minute?
No, it's just complicated.
We'll take a break with jury and witness out.
A break was given and witnesses and jury had to leave.
On DNA questions to Inspector Jimenez, the government's objection is overruled.
We ask for a bit longer. We've not been able to eat lunch. We are running ahead of schedule. Our case may be closer to 5 weeks than 6 weeks.
EV1 returned after the break below juror and witness.
They proposed to use communications between Ms. Clark and Ms. Ventura. We don't see any non-hearsay purpose.
There are logistics and photo shoots being discussed. She testified to this on direct.
In their defense submission over the weekend, the defense argued the album covered was relevant. Right, Ms. Shapiro?
Ms. Ventura is topless with her arms crossed. So
Let's have Ms. Clark come back. Now let's bring in the jury in.
Jury returned and were allowed to re-enter.
When you went into the park, it was to Tavern on the Green.
We parked there. Earlier in the day in the park, we ran into Nas.
When you say he had Ms. Ventura spin, who was there? Let me show you what you said. You said Lorianne Gibson was there?
They misheard me.
When did you first meet Cassie Ventura?
I met her with Ryan Leslie.
Why did you not get along with Cassie sometimes?
In 2008, she got more bravado being his girlfriend the longer it lasted. She thought I was being paid to help her.
objection.
Sustained. Re-ask.
What did you see?
She went from being a sweet model to being a feisty girlfriend.
Do you think she was talented?
She had talent and was very beautiful.
But not talented.
She was not. I have good taste. Talented to me is Whitney Houston and Mariah Carey. Cassie, she was more of a studio musician. She needed things equalized.
Did she perform live?
A couple times, not the greatest.
Was she a hard worker?
At times.
When wasn't she a hard worker?
She preferred to be with her boyfriend. When we moved to LA after Kim had the twins, 2009-ish, I saw her developing more of her relationship with Puff, with Mr. Combs.
He supported her?
Yes, with stylists, other musicians, all the components to make a star.
Did she get more help than others?
Yes, Young Jock and a group from Atlanta. I developed French Montana. I ran into Cassie. She said she had a new deal with Epic. I dressed her like David Bowie. We did a photo shoot at my house. We wrote a mini movie and shot it for the project.
What about Official Girl?
Super cute video.
King of Hearts?
It was fresh. Puff liked it.
Cassie had a green wig?
Yes.
We moved to admit this witness.
There's a ceiling issue.
You don't remember this email?
I don't.
Here in 2012, you were setting up a recording session for Cassie.
Mario Winans was. For the chairman.
For Mr. Combs? Yes, when did you learn Cassie was dating Kid Cutie?
Fall of 2011. I picked her up there.
You believe that after Thanksgiving, Ms. Ventura and Kid Cutie were... what?
Getting to know each other.
Why'd you get her a burner phone at Best Buy?
I told her, you cannot do this on your bad boy phone.
How did you know about burner phones?
I grew up in Los Angeles.
In December 2011, Mr. Combs was at an orphanage in Almaty, Kazakhstan.
I heard it was Russia.
How did Mr. Combs get into your building?
I was told the security guard got fired.
What was his name?
Some random security guard.
What did he look like?
Black guy. Younger than 35.
What was Mr. Combs doing with the gum?
He had it in his hand.
He wasn't pointing it at you?
No,
But you told the government he pointed it at you.
it says. Or waved it around. That's more correct. Where?
Did you change into street clothes?
In my closet.
Isn't it true you went so that Mr. Combs wouldn't do something stupid?
Number I went because he said he didn't care. I didn't want to go.
He's a jealous guy?
He has a bad temper.
To the Escalade, did you pass a security guard?
I saw him in his little hut.
Mr. Combs was behind the driver with a gun on his lap. You made a call?
Not then.
Did you look at Kid Cudi's door to see if they could get through it?
I was not really paying attention. I was so in my head trying to plan my next step. I was praying that Cootie was not in there.
Did Cassie have 2 rooms?
Cootie took her to one room. She had another.
You are 100% that you called and told them Puff had a gum?
Yes. I said it very quickly. I didn't want Puff to see me on the phone.
Did you say that Lauren London was on the phone with you and Cassie and Cutie?
Number only part of the time. Voice cracking. I wanted someone to know where I was.
What did you tell her?
I'm scared of mountain lions. I don't know if you know the Hollywood Hills, coyotes. Maybe Lauren was on the phone? Maybe. It's such a long time ago.
Are you aware that Lauren and Mr. Combs were friends for years after this?
Yes.
Then you see the Porsche coming up the hill.
Yes. Hootie is in the black Porsche. He stops next to us, then speeds off. We chase him.
Then,
He loses us. We turn away. Then we see police pass us.
you go to pick up Cassie and go where?
Hootie's house. There was ADT there.
Then you go to Mr. Combs' house and you say you see Mr. Combs, Cassie there and even in the street?
Yes,
You hung up on the fire inspector?
I did.
When you were on vacation, it was with who?
Rihanna.
After you were fired, what job did you get?
I was hired by Chris Lighty to work for 50 Cent.
You wrote to Mr. Combs, "One day you'll forgive me. Anyway, be well, XX."
Yes.
You wrote on February 28th, 2015, "Your grace period to be mad at me has surpassed the agreed time, LOL." You wrote that?
Yes, sir.
Please read that out loud.
I wrote, "She was never my friend. She wanted me gone, I realized.
Did you think Cassie wanted you gone?
Miss Clark broke down in tears.
Sorry. This is complicated for me. I felt that I was Puff's protector. I felt I was the only one gone. She was still there. And things were getting worse. I tried to keep professionalism as the goal.
You thought you could be his protector?
It was to move the ball toward the goal, to inspire.
Did it hurt that he would only take you back because Cassie wanted?
Yes, I have no parents. My son is autistic. My stakes are higher, sir.
How much more, Mr. Agnifilo?
Can I talk to the government?
Mr. Agnifilo asked for a sidebar and it was granted.
Sidebar.
Just a few more minutes and we'll get you out today.
Thank you, sir.
You did a lot of great work with Cassie in 2016 and 2017, right?
I believed so.
Cassie had addiction problems?
Yes.
You made a short movie with her?
It was called Love a Loser.
You wrote to him asking for forgiveness?
I wanted my life back, my dream, my competency.
When you met with me, you wanted to work for him, right?
We discussed it.
Nothing further.
Ms. Steiner?
How much was Mr. Combs required to pay you?
Judge requested a sidebar.
What happened with the job with Chris Lighty?
He died the day before I was supposed to start. Then at Interscope, it wasn't about a job. They told me to leave Puff alone.
I object.
Sustained.
I was blacklisted, objection sustained. Why?
Did you return to work for Mr. Combs?
So people could see I wasn't disposable. At this level of business, he held all the power.
Why did you meet them?
Get my life back.
In the kidnapping, did Mr. Combs carry a gum?
Yes.
Jurors, I know we kept you longer than I said. Thank you. See you tomorrow. All rise.
The jurors left and the court was dismissed. That wraps up Capricorn Clark's testimony. What do you think? Were you shocked by what came out in court? Drop your thoughts in the comments. We're watching. You don't want to miss what's next. Subscribe, hit the bell, and we'll see you tomorrow on Fame 2 Lies.